Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I already made one of these in the past, basically how to set up your life in Bangkok, Thailand. But this time, I'll give you the whole Thailand takeover. So with this video, I'll be showing you how to set up your dream life in Thailand. So that way you have the full confidence and comfort of actually coming here and knowing how to actually conquer and set up your life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it so that way you have the knowledge at your fingertips. So first off, I'll go over the 3 things that I answer to people who ask me, why did you go to Thailand? And I always say for the 3 W's. And the 3 W's that I always tell them is number 1, the weather. It's always beautiful here. It's sunny most of the year. Of course, they have the raining season because, of course, we're in the jungle. It's always tropical weather. It's always like very nice, very sunny. It's never really rainy until raining season. And it just feels like summer year round. So it's perfect for tanning, it's perfect for feeling good, perfect for being healthy. Because if you're like up north in Alaska, the North Pole, South Pole, Antarctica, you're not getting the sunlight you need to feel the best. So when you're out here tanning every single day, the weather just helps you feel healthier and just be healthier overall. And the second W is the woman. Now the women here are mostly very traditional, although they don't really speak English that well. And they just love to have fun. They love gaming, watching movies, eating, just all the basic needs. And they're just very fun to be around and are very positive. And they aren't too needy or complicated. And what I mean by that is back in the US, the girls always wanted to do things. They always want to go on dates, always want to get them jewelry and everything like that. But in Thailand, all the girls here are very chill. They just want to relax, go watch a movie, go to the club, anything of that nature. They're not really that needy or that like uptight, and they're just really loose and really nice to be around. And then number 3 is the wealth. Now that doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire right when you get here, but it's just very cheap here and very easy to live, and it's easy to save, invest, and it's very rewarding to take risk, and there's not that much punishment if you fail at whatever risk you take. So with it being very cheap, you're more welcome to take more mistakes towards whatever goals you have. And in this video, I'll go over the different places unlike the last one. So first off is Bangkok. That's where I currently am based at the moment. That's where I set up my home base. And I like to call Bangkok the city of dreams because this is the kind of life I kind of dreamed about maybe a year and a half ago, and I finally was able to do so. And I call it the city of dreams because I came here with only 1,500 USD. And I was able to get out of that because I was surrounded by very ambitious individuals, and it is very convenient and very cheap as well. So I could just spend all my time finding out how to actually make money online with remote sales. And with it being cheap, I had much more of a cushion with that 1,500 USD than I would in like Miami or in the US because it is a lot more cheaper here. And then secondly, Koh Samui. I really loved Koh Samui. It was like a very nice vibe. It felt like heaven on earth. It was just the beach, an island, and what more can you ask for? Smoothies everywhere, and it was just very nice to be there. But it is a lot more relaxing and chill, so maybe when I'm like 60, 70, 80 years old, I think that would be the best place to go because it's more for the retirement lifestyle and more to just chill out by the beach all day, drinking smoothies, smoking shisha, and just relaxing the majority of the day. And with Chiang Mai, I've only been there 2 times for visa purposes, but it's just kind of like the mountain landscape, and I think it would be best for you to actually get a motorbike and drive through the mountains. And it does have a little bit of bad air during the year because they're burning crops a month or 2 out of the year, and the air is just literally just covered in smoke. So as long as you're not going there during that time of year, I think that's a really good place to go, like motorcycle riding through the mountains. And maybe even a good place to lock in and train as well. But I can't really speak too much on Chiang Mai just because I've only been there 2 or 3 times. And next up, Pattaya. Now a lot of people have already probably heard of Pattaya, like Walking Street, the degenerate life there, the ladyboys. And it's not as bad as it seems. You can always just stay outside of that and then still enjoy the city and the beach at the same exact time. And they do have islands right off the coast of Pattaya. You can take like a 15-minute boat ride and enjoy. It's like a mini version of Koh Samui on those islands, and it's a very nice time to be there because you can just drive the bike through those islands, kayak, snorkel, do all that good stuff that you would do on the islands. But yeah, like I was saying, it is a very degenerate center in Pattaya with Walking Street and a lot of prostitutes just standing around and stuff. But I mean, there's of course very beautiful parts as well, because the majority of the condos and apartments there are high-rise buildings. And when you're standing at the highest floor on the rooftop, it's a very beautiful view. I mean, you can see the ocean, the city, and then the ocean on the other side. So it's a very nice place to be in terms of the view. And then last but not least, Phuket. I have not been to Phuket myself, but I have had friends who have been there multiple times, and they say it's a little bit worse than Pattaya and a lot more expensive. And they say it's like full of Russians, full of tourists, and it's the most expensive because of that, because it's the majority of the tourism spot in Thailand. And yeah, like I said, it's very degenerate over there as well. So, I mean, you can kind of go over there if you want to, but I mean, I don't really have any motivation to go there myself. And out of all of these, if I were to pick the best one, if you're in your 30s, 40s, and you're pretty well off, you've already sold your business, you don't worry about money anymore. Personally, I think either Bangkok, Koh Samui, or Pattaya is probably your best bet to go chill and just enjoy your life. Chiang Mai can just go there for a weekend or so. Phuket, same thing. But yeah, definitely Bangkok, Koh Samui, Pattaya. But if you're in my same situation and you're trying to figure out what life is all about and you're going out to conquer the world, definitely 100% Bangkok, because you'll be surrounded by a lot of ambitious individuals, and networking to find the best opportunities for yourself will be your best bet in Bangkok. Now, you might be asking yourself and looking in your pockets to see how much money you actually need to actually move out here to Thailand. Now, myself, I came out here with 1,500 USD, like it says right here, and that's all I had to my name saved up, and I survived. So that's pretty much the minimum you need to survive, because I barely made it out alive. So if you have the balls and the courage to do the exact same thing I did, go right ahead, but I would not recommend it. But for me, like I was saying, it was a very good situation for myself, because it literally forced me to level up with remote sales, to actually start accumulating money online and being able to achieve my dream of being able to travel the world and make money online. But if I were to do it again and recommend it to someone else, I would say 5,000 to 10,000 as a cushion is all you need, because that will last you around 6 months, a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the life that you're living here. Because I mean, you can easily spend 1,000 a day if you wanted to, but you can also spend less than $5 to $10 a day. It just really depends on your goals and how much money you have and what kind of life you're living. That determines how much you actually need saved before coming here. And with your income, how much money do you need to survive here for long term? How much you need per month? It also depends on your lifestyle. But if you're living a pretty timid life like me, and you're just trying to look to save and invest, 1,000 to 3,000 a month is all you need for living comfortably, and you don't need any more than that to actually just live really good out here and live really comfortably. But if you're on that low end of the spectrum in terms of your online income right now, and you're looking to level that up, you can still easily survive on that 250 to 500 a month mark. You just got to fast a few days, don't buy anything, and just kind of chill out until you kind of level up your income. But I mean, you'll be fine as long as you're being smart. So I definitely recommend finding an online gig, whether that's remote sales, day trading, e-commerce, drop shipping, copywriting, video editing. I mean, there's so many opportunities to make money online. I mean, there's literally no way you can go broke, especially in Thailand, because you have so much time to actually make money. But I still use that pressure to your advantage to push you to new heights to actually make money online. But I mean, you won't really want to return home once you actually experience what Thailand is like. So I definitely recommend trying to find an online gig once you kind of get here, so that way you have that, you're living in your dream and you don't want to lose this dream. So you're going to work twice or 4 times as hard to actually find a way to make money online in order to keep this lifestyle. Now we will quickly go over the tools to take Thailand over and to make sure you're all set up when you first get here. Now, the apps I need you to download in order to survive out here. First off, we have Bolt, and that is the way you're going to be commuting throughout Thailand. You can either commute by bike, car, van, and there's a few different ways with Bolt, but that's the majority of the purpose for downloading Bolt. Grab, you can do the exact same thing, but you can also rent like a bus or a party bus. So I mean, that has a little bit more features in terms of how you're going to be commuting. But with Grab, it's basically like the Uber in America, like Uber Eats. You can order food and you can even order rides for other people as well. So if you're gonna drive a girl to your house, you can just send the Grab or Bolt over to her, and then she can just show up right at your doorstep. So that's one of the great benefits there. And to order the highest quality food in Thailand, Paleo Robbie is definitely your best bet. Order organic steaks, chickens, bacon, eggs, milk, you name it, a bunch of other different stuff. You can all find it on Paleo Robbie, and they literally just deliver it right to your doorstep in a box. And all you got to do is smash that thing open with a knife, put it in the fridge, pantry, and you're good to go. You don't have to waste any time going shopping, and it's just super convenient and very healthy, of course. And then to communicate with your friends, with the females here, Line, WhatsApp, and Messenger are your best bet. And with Messenger, that's how you're going to be communicating to find your apartment as well, and buying things like PS5, stuff like that. You can all find that on Messenger with Facebook. And then to actually find really good females and not ladyboys, Bumble is definitely your best bet. That's how I found my Thai girlfriend, through Bumble. And it's just a lot more oriented toward real females other than ladyboys, because I tried Tinder when I first got here, but like 70 to 75% of people on there were ladyboys, so I'd stay away from Tinder. And to find your first apartment and to buy things online and to get them delivered right to you the same day, Facebook is definitely your best bet for that. I mean, I ordered the chair I'm sitting in right now. I ordered this monitor right here on Facebook, and they literally just delivered within a few hours. While Lazada is really good as well, Facebook, you can literally just text people and then buy it from them, and then they can ship it to you right then. And with Facebook as well, that's where you're going to be finding your apartment and accommodation. So to look up apartments and villas on Facebook, you literally just look up 1-bedroom apartment, 4-bedroom apartment, penthouse, villa. Just look that up on Facebook. It's pretty easily done than said, and it's just very easy to do, very simple. Just look it up. And then another very convenient thing and tool that you will need in Thailand is the currency converter app. Now with this app, all you have to do is type in the bot, and then it converts it to USD or whatever your currency is. So that way it's a very easy process to see how much something really costs. And then Google Translate, of course, you need that because of the language barrier here with the girls and people and operating with business here. You want to have Google Translate because not a lot of people speak English or whatever language you speak here. So you do want to either learn Thai or just have Google Translate ready on hand. And Lazada is basically just Amazon. And then Airbnb, this is where you can actually book your first kind of accommodation when you first get here, because you don't want to be booking your first apartment for a year on Facebook before you actually see it in person. So definitely book your Airbnb for like 1 week, 2 weeks, wherever you go in Thailand. So that way you have time to actually look for a very decent place, and that way you can actually see it's legit before you get a 6-month or 12-month lease on that apartment. Now, Thailand isn't all sunshines and rainbows. There is a little bit of cons that I'll be going over in this slide. And here are the cons that I found personally. Number one is I get way too tan. I feel way too good, and I get too much sunlight each and every day. It's just not really the ideal situation to be in. And number two is I'm always eating very healthy, non-processed foods, and I never get brain fog, and I always feel very energetic and ready to go. No matter how many hours of sleep I got, I'm always ready to go and ready to conquer the day. And number three is the women are very submissive here, like a little bit too submissive, I'd say. Like they're just the opposite of the Western women that I had in the past in the US, and they're a lot more fun to be around as well. And number four is everyone is way too nice here. It seems like there's some type of cult, like they just treat you very nicely. It's just kind of unheard of, because in the West, like I was saying, a lot of people are having bad days there, and a lot of people are just very rude, and it's just not the same here. And last but not least, it is just way too convenient. You can order food, you can rent an apartment all through your phone and get everything set up, and you don't have to move. You can just stay working and keep printing, and you don't have to move an inch. You don't have to go grocery shopping. You don't have to go all the way to get gas. Everything is just at the snap of your fingers. All right, but enough joking around, guys. I'm gonna go over the real cons now. First off, there is a language barrier like I went over earlier. A lot of people don't speak English here. So, I mean, that's why you need Google Translate. But other than that, it's still a little bit annoying because you can't really understand everyone and no one can understand you. Although it is kind of peaceful when you're walking around, going on the train, and you can't really understand anyone, so you can just listen to your own thoughts because you can't understand anything that's going on around you. And number 2 is the traffic in Bangkok, especially. It's like a 30-minute drive for like a 2-mile ride, and that's just not fun. And other than the traffic, it is very convenient because you never really have to go anywhere, and you can have everything delivered unless you go into like a cigar lounge or something like that. But the traffic is pretty bad in Bangkok, and same with Pattaya and Phuket, I've heard. So definitely those 3 places, watch out for the traffic and try not to get stuck in it all the time. And it's usually worst around like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Other than that, it's pretty chill. And then third, the air pollution is pretty bad, especially in Chiang Mai at certain parts of the year. But in Bangkok, it is pretty bad just because it's a very big city. I mean, there's over 30 million people. And Koh Samui, it's not too bad. And then Pattaya, it's not that bad as well. But Bangkok and Chiang Mai, it's probably the worst air pollution in terms of the air quality. And then fourth is just the time zone. And that's only if you're working the same hours as me. And I'm working the US hours, so I have to work from like 10 p.m. to 3 to 4 a.m. And it's not too bad once you get used to it, but at first it is pretty tough. And then fifth is raining season. Now, I believe in Bangkok, Koh Samui are the main places they have raining season, and that's basically through October to March or February, I believe. So it's just a few months out of the year, and I personally love it because that's just the time I want to lock in, focus on my work, and I don't really go out that much. And it really does help you sleep. It's just very soothing, and the thunder, and it is very aesthetic when you're looking at the city and you see the lightning going through the buildings. Well, not literally, but you can see the lightning behind the buildings, and it's just very aesthetic, and I really like it. But a lot of people do get a little bit annoyed, and they usually go to Dubai and in different parts of Thailand while this raining season is happening, but I just embrace it and accept it as a part of life. And last but not least, and it probably won't affect you unless you live in a high building like me, the elevator does take forever if you're living in a high building. So I live on this 36 floor, and it always takes like 5 minutes to go all the way down and back up. Now that we have the entire basics covered in this video, I'm going to be walking you through a step-by-step guide to actually get you from where you are now to actually conquering Thailand. Number 1, obviously, you need your passport. You need your way to get in here and your way to actually leave your country that you're in now. And then 2, you can either get a one-way ticket like I did and just burn the boats, come straight here and have no way of going back. Or 2, you can get a round trip, try it out, see if you like it, put your feet in the water before you jump all the way in. Then number 3, you arrive here, no problems at all. You just get your tourist visa and you have a good 30 or 60 days depending on where you're coming from. And number 5, all you really need to do is set up your 15-month education visa. You can get an elite visa. There's a lot of different visas you can get depending on your budget. And number 6, you can go ahead and set up your 12-month lease for your apartment, villa, penthouse, whatever you get. Or you can set up a 6-month one, just really depending on where you are and how much you really like Thailand. And then from there, if you're a gym goer like myself, just set up your 12-month gym membership so that way you don't have to worry about monthly payments. And you can just get it set in stone so that way you just can go there anytime and not worry about it. And then number 8, get some fresh steak and eggs and cheese or whatever you want from Paleo Robbie and get that delivered to your doorstep so that way you have some stuff to eat. And then number 9, acquire a Thai girlfriend. Make sure you're not getting in with the ladyboy because that's the last thing you want to do. Your conquering is over at this point if you do get a ladyboy. So make sure to get a Thai girlfriend, do a little nut tap just to be safe. And then from there, Thailand takeover has been complete. You've successfully completed the mission and Thailand has been conquered. And now I'll be going over some extra tips so that way you have some places to go while you're in Bangkok. So first off, all of these up here, Whiskar's characters, Snuff Source. I mean, it's not a cigar lounge, but you can order these pouches from there. Alex Cigar and Whiskey and Emperor Cigar, all my favorite cigar lounges that you can try out and see which one you like best. And you can get shisha at Whiskar's, and that's the only one that has shisha that I know of. And Bangkok, like I was saying a little bit earlier on, this is definitely the best city you want to be in if you don't have any income at the moment. So that way you'll be surrounded by people already making income online. So that way they kind of rub off on you and it'll be a lot easier to actually do so for yourself. Koh Samui, like I was saying earlier on as well, it's the best place to chill, relax, sit by the pool, sit by the beach, drink smoothies all day, shisha. Nothing really going on there. It's just the best place to relax. And Chiang Mai, personally, I haven't done this yet, but it's one of my goals. It's on my bucket list. I want to be able to drink and drive through the mountains on motorbikes because I think that's peak masculine experience, and I'll be doing that in the future. So if you want to do that for yourself as well, I haven't done it yet, but I'm highly recommending it to you and myself. And like I said earlier as well, Pattaya is also good for those who like the city and beach combined because it has the best of both worlds. And last but not least, the best gym that I found personally in Bangkok is called Muscle Factory. Now, 80% of people there are on steroids, but the test is literally flowing in the air. They have old school music, and it's just the best gym vibe that I've had here. Everything else is just pretty modern and pretty low test, so Muscle Factory is definitely your best bet. And if you're into boxing and martial arts, the box is the best place to go. And it's literally called the Boxing Academy. It's like in this hotel. It's on the 3rd floor, I believe. And it's definitely the best place to go. That's where Tyson Fury trained and a few other well-known figures. So that's pretty much it, guys. You guys have conquered Thailand. You have everything you need in order to succeed. But if you guys do need help with anything at all, you can either comment down below. You can hit me up on Instagram at Ryan Little, same thing as YouTube. Just make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys do want to make money online and you're having trouble with copywriting, day trading, or whatever niche you're trying and it doesn't work, I am currently a remote closer for remote sales. And if you kind of want to learn how to do that for yourself, just book a call down below and I can see if you'd be a good fit in the first place, and then we can take those next steps. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got some knowledge and value from here, so that way you can use it for yourself to actually conquer Thailand if you ever decide to come here. So, see you guys.